I'm Madison, and today I'm going to talk to you about the dangers of teen vaping. Most of you have probably heard of vaping, juuling, or at least an e-cigarette. Am I right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Pictured above are traditional cigarettes, e-cigarettes, vape pens, a mod, and then Juuls, which are the easiest to hide. Over time, they've gotten smaller and easier to conceal, which makes them appealing to teens and young adults that are trying to hide them from parents, parents and teachers, and yes, I did say teachers. Teens often think that there is no danger just because there's no nicotine involved, and that's simply not the case. Advertisers aren't helping the epidemic by stating that vapes are ultimately harmless. Even though some e-liquids don't contain nicotine, the lungs are still exposed to harmful flavoring chemicals when the e-liquids are heated by the vapes. And while vapors, some are safe to be inhaled, they're not, some are safe to be inhaled, but they're safe to be ingested, they're not safe to be inhaled. And yeah. And here you can see some of the side effects of vaping, and then why teens vape, and that's what we're gonna get to. According to Lisa Rappaport, researchers examined what happened to monocytes, a type of white blood cell, upon exposure to flavoring chemicals used in popular e-cigarette liquids. None of the liquids contained nicotine, but the flavoring chemicals still appeared to have increased biomarkers for inflammation and tissue damage. And they also cause many cells to die. It can also cause problems with lungs, including fibrosis, chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder, and asthma. This is just the flavoring causing this, not even the nicotine. And other harmful chemicals associated with smoking and vaping. In a e-liquid, there have been 60 chemical compounds found in the e-liquid that you're used to put in e-cigarettes, vapors. And while this may seem like a small number compared to the 7,000 used in traditional cigarettes, even the smallest amount still does this much damage. Most of the times, teens use e-cigarettes because of peer pressure or to look cool, or which is not the original intention of the vape. The original intention was to help those who were smokers with cigarettes to quit smoking. This could be the beginning of a lifetime of addiction, and they may not even realize it. Most of the time you do it one time and you think it's going to do no harm, but then your body begins to crave the nicotine, depending on how many times you hit the Juul or vape. In a 2018 study of vaping among high school seniors, about 21% of 12th graders reported vaping nicotine in the past month. While this is an increase, the percentage of those using cigarettes has decreased from 25% to 4% in the past decade. There is also a huge trend among social media with the hashtag #DoItForJuul, or having around 7,000 posts on Instagram, hashtag Juul having around 350,000 posts on Instagram, and hashtag JuulNation having around 32.4 thousand posts on Instagram. While this may seem like a cool thing and completely normal, it's really not, and causing long-term damage to your body. You may ask yourself, why is she telling me all this? It's my body and I can do whatever I want with it. And you're right, but I'm here to encourage you that encourage you to stop doing harm to your body, and that you're to put the right things in your body so that the long run, because trust me, it's not all physical effects, but psychological also. Nicotine acts as both a stimulant and a sedative. Immediately after exposure to nicotine, there's part of your drug that stimulates the adrenal glands and results in a discharge of adrenaline. The rush of adrenaline stimulates the body, causing a release in glucose that increases your blood pressure, heart rate, and respirations. Nicotine suppresses the insulin output from your pancreas, causing smokers to be very slightly hyperglycemic. Nicotine also indirectly causes a release of this dopamine in the body, in the part of the brain, to control pressure and motivation. This reaction is similar to that seen of other abused drugs such as cocaine, heroin. Teens, be aware of what you're putting in your body and the harm it is doing. While you may think you're cool and it'll help you gain popularity, in 10 years none of it will matter. Your popularity, your high school friends, or how many followers you have, what does matter is the long-term effects it has on your body.